Simply amazing. That video just now was made from a simple text prompt on Kling AI. If you are a creator in any fashion, you will truly appreciate the insane achievement here compared to a year ago when your best bet would either be to settle with a clip from a stock video site or pay huge sums for someone to create from scratch. With Kling AI, it's fast becoming no idea is too great. And if you prompt and the output is not your choice, you simply repeat the process for the best results. If you ask me, it's really akin to magic, but in spite of all this, some folks simply hate AI. As a YouTube creator, you get used to the hate and expect it, but when it comes from a CEO and co-founder of a platform focused on art, you sit straight up. Let's listen to this recent rant.
You've been asking us about AI. I usually don't like getting in front of the camera. I prefer that our products speak for themselves. I really fucking hate generative AI. I don't like what's happening in the industry, and I don't like what it's doing to artists. We're not going to be introducing any generative AI into our products. Our products are always designed and developed with the idea that a human will be creating something. We don't exactly know where this story is going to go or how it ends, but we believe that we're on the right path supporting human creativity.
Get that? The CEO and co-founder of Procreate says he hates generative AI's guts. Looking at the Procreate website, though, no way that rant gels with the messaging. Here are two quick things. Firstly, the site boldly states art is for everyone. If James Cuda truly believes that, then why would he want to exclude the growing throng of generative AI fanatics? Secondly, Procreate maintains it makes tools to enhance your creativity. Well, it may still be early days yet, but AI is already quite possibly the greatest tool there ever was and ever will be when it comes to enhancing art. To add to that, AI becomes a magic wand not only in the hands of professionals, but also in the hands of beginners and hobbyists alike. Again, you ask the question, if all this is a generally accepted fact, what then is causing James Cuda to be so sour on AI? Procreate has been quite the success story. Since launching in 2011, its user base, by our check, has grown to well over 30 million. Plus, its revenue base has climbed to an impressive figure in the region of $30 million annually. If the platform was able to do all of this without generative AI, maybe then they have good cause to want to stay clear. Additionally, we mentioned earlier the seeming inherent dislike among some online users for AI. It may very well be James more likely is succumbing to the pressure of user groups and has forgotten the basic hard-to-miss messaging on the website. Okay, I do appreciate that users can exert tremendous pressure and make you abandon your core beliefs in a jiffy, but the numbers don't lie. While art is a category unto itself, you simply can't ignore the cold hard facts on generative AI. 73% of the Indian population surveyed is using generative AI, while the numbers for Australia, the United States, and the United Kingdom are 49%, 45%, and 25% respectively. Maybe the Procreate CEO should take another close look at the generative AI tsunami. And if the numbers still don't convince him that hating AI is an abomination and that adding AI tools is a must, all he needs to do is spend some time experimenting with the tools Procreate's competitors are offering. In fact, if James Cuda thinks of the competition in the context of the availability of screen time and how much is being dedicated to generative AI, then the folly in his strategic thinking may become more apparent. Here is what Procreate and team needs to know and appreciate quickly. Sites like LumaLabs, Kling AI, Runway ML Gen 3, FluxPro, RenderNet, and ltxstudio are gaining ground in the context of screen time and gaining fast. They should know that although the focus is on AI, that these are all art studios in their own right, competing in some way or another in the same space. Okay. So while it's easy to argue that Procreate has an established base of users and may very well be able to withstand the tsunami for a time, or even that some of the players are not direct competitors, indeed, if Procreate goes back to first principles as laid out on its site, that is, that art is for everyone and that their aim is to build tools to enhance creativity, they will see that the platforms I have mentioned are all competitors. To give Procreate an idea of the dynamics at play in today's generative space, here's some additional perspective. I do see Procreate and Canva.com as similar. Canva is different, however, in that it has long since dove into the generative AI pool. Just the same, though, although I use Canva, they have less and less screen time these days, as the AI tools are still not as specialized as others in the market, and the generative AI platforms do render a wider variety of options to Canva's stock videos and photos. With this as your context, you then come across a platform like ltxstudio with its well-thought-out generative AI flows and the many features it offers. With excitement sky high, you have little choice over the next few days, but to learn, experiment, and perfect. And with this deep dive, you find you can generate a video output with a simple narrative that would suit a creator's needs in many ways. Then you dig further and find that with one click, you can convert the original video to anime style. And we are still not done. Another click and you can convert to a futuristic style for a particular content creator's need. And with the results, what's even crazier, depending on the platform, are the number of style preferences possible and the ease of toggling one style to the next, as you will see coming up.
I never thought I'd witness something like this. One moment, I was just a military officer, and the next, a time-traveling alien stood before me. Zorath had traveled from a world I couldn't even imagine, carrying a warning that would change everything. A meteor was on a collision course with Earth, and we had just 3 days to stop it. I felt the weight of responsibility heavy on my shoulders. Working alongside Zorath, we combined our knowledge and resources. It was a race against time, filled with challenges I never anticipated. But in those moments, I realized that when faced with a shared threat, unity becomes our greatest strength. Together, we found a way to save our planet, and perhaps even forge a bond across time and space. I never thought I'd witness something like this. One moment, I was just a military officer, and the next, a time-traveling alien stood before me. Zorath had traveled from a world I couldn't even imagine, carrying a warning that would change everything. A meteor was on a collision course with Earth, and we had just 3 days to stop it. I felt the weight of responsibility heavy on my shoulders. Working alongside Zorath, we combined our knowledge and resources. It was a race against time, filled with challenges I never anticipated. But in those moments, I realized that when faced with a shared threat, unity becomes our greatest strength. Together, we found a way to save our planet, and perhaps even forge a bond across time and space. I never thought I'd witness something like this. One moment, I was just a military officer, and the next, a time-traveling alien stood before me. Zorath had traveled from a world I couldn't even imagine, carrying a warning that would change everything. A meteor was on a collision course with Earth, and we had just 3 days to stop it. I felt the weight of responsibility heavy on my shoulders. Working alongside Zorath, we combined our knowledge and resources. It was a race against time, filled with challenges I never anticipated. But in those moments, I realized that when faced with a shared threat, unity becomes our greatest strength. Together, we found a way to save our planet, and perhaps even forge a bond across time and space.
Okay, so 3 styles so far with a good few more options at the content creator's disposal. It's the new reality brought on by generative AI, and mind you, in many ways the platforms are still far from perfect, with LTX, as you would observe just now, returning flawed elements here and there. The flaws, though, are minor and dwarfed by how far the generative AI technology has come in a year. And what gives the chills is just what insane progress we can expect in a year from now. Procreate can dance around the approaching waves as much as they want, and can even take on the mantle of the purist, anti-generative AI crusader.
You know, we don't exactly know where this story is going to go or how it ends, but we believe that we're on the right path supporting human creativity.
We all do know what the outcome will be, James. It may all sound good now with much praise from some user groups, but with the insane generative AI numbers we alluded to earlier, and with the rapid progress being made by platforms such as Kling AI, if James Cuda does not fall in love pretty soon, he and Procreate will be swept into oblivion by the unprecedented tsunami that is taking the globe by storm.
Thank you for checking out our AI-based videos at W3W. Your visiting and interacting are sources of motivation to keep on going in this brand new world of unprecedented AI innovation. Of course, we invite you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. See you soon. And may the force of AI be with you always.